They say the ocean never forgets. It holds the secrets of those it swallows and whispers them back when the time is right. In a village too small for maps, where the wind carries stories and the tides shape lives, a girl with calloused hands and silent dreams will find a man the sea tried to erase. He doesn't remember who he is. She doesn't know who he was. But fate, ancient, patient, and cruel, remembers everything, and so begins the story of a poor girl, a forgotten man, and a love that would rewrite destiny. Long before the world awakened to the sun's first rays, the ocean's restless song echoed through the tiny coastal village where Naya lived. The village was a patchwork of humble huts and weathered boats, its people bound by tradition, hardship, and the rhythm of the tides. Life here was simple, and for Nia it was often hard. She was a girl of quiet strength, her skin kissed by the sun, her eyes bright with dreams she dared not speak aloud every morning. She rose before dawn to help her mother mend nets, her hands nimble and sure. Despite the chill of the early air on the morning that would change everything, the sky was bruised purple from a night of storms. The beach was littered with the ocean's castaways, driftwood shells and tangled seaweed. Naya moved along the shore, searching for anything the sea might have offered when she spotted something unusual. It was a man, his body half buried in the sand. Limbs, limp clothes soaked through. He was not from the village. His hair was cropped short, his face unfamiliar, and on his wrist gleamed a watch so fine that it seemed out of place in this world of scarcity. Naya's heart hammered in her chest. She looked up and down the empty beach. Her mind racing, she knelt beside him, brushing sand from his face, checking for breath. He was alive, but only just without thinking. She called for help, but the wind stole her voice. The village was still asleep, and she knew what would happen if she brought him to the others. Outsiders were treated with suspicion, and a man with such a possession would bring questions and perhaps trouble summoning her courage. Nia dragged him to a small hidden cove. She knew well it was a place she went to dream to escape the weight of her world. There she tended to him, fetching water from the well, tearing strips from her own clothing to bind his wounds. For 3 days, he drifted in and out of fevered sleep, mumbling incoherently. Nia stayed by his side, speaking to him softly, telling him stories of the sea of the spirits that watched over their village, of her hopes and fears. On the 4th morning, the man awoke with a start. His eyes, deep and searching, met hers. He tried to speak, but his voice was raw. Who am I?" he rasped. Nia hesitated. "You washed ashore after the storm," she said gently. "You were hurt, I found you." He looked at the watch on his wrist, confusion clouding his features. "I don't remember," he whispered. She smiled, reassuring him. "That's all right. You are safe." Here, in the days that followed, the man who could recall nothing of his past became Nia's secret companion. She named him Kato, meaning precious, for that was how he began to feel to her. He was gentle, curious, and eager to help. As he grew stronger, he joined her in the daily routines of village life, learning to mend nets, to fish, to gather firewood. Though he was clumsy at first, he worked hard, and the villagers, seeing him as a harmless stranger, gradually accepted his presence. Nia and Kito spent long hours together talking as they worked, laughing at their mistakes, sharing simple meals by the fire. She showed him how to read the clouds, how to tell when the rains would come, how to listen to the stories the wind carried. He in turn asked questions about everything: the customs of the village, the meaning of the songs. The women sang the legends of the sea. Slowly, something tender grew between them. It was in the way Quito looked at her, his gaze lingering a little longer. Each day it was in the way. Naya's laughter bubbled up when he teased her, or the way her hand found his. When the night grew cold, they were two souls adrift, drawn together by fate and circumstance. But even as they found solace in each other, shadows lingered at the edge of their happiness. Quito's memory was a void, and sometimes in the quiet moments Nia saw the worry in his eyes. He would stare out at the horizon, as if searching for something lost one evening. As they sat by the fire, Quito turned to her. "Do you think I had a family?" he asked softly. "People who are looking for me?" Nia's heart tightened. She wanted to tell him that he belonged here with her, but she could not deny him the truth. Maybe she said, "But sometimes family is not just the people you are born to. Sometimes it is the people who find you when you are lost." Quito smiled, reaching for her hand. "Then I am lucky you found me." As the weeks passed, Quito's presence became woven into the fabric of village life. He was strong and resourceful, quick to learn, and always willing to lend a hand. The children adored him, following him like ducklings, and the elders nodded in approval at his respectful ways for Naya. These were the happiest days she had ever known. But fate is a fickle thing, and the past has a way of catching up to those who try to leave it behind. It happened on a day like any other. The sun was high, the air thick with the scent of salt and blooming hibiscus. Quito was helping Naya's mother repair a fishing net when a group of strangers arrived in the village. They were city people, their clothes crisp and clean, their manner confident, almost arrogant. They asked questions showing a photograph of a man with Quito's face. The villagers were wary, but Naya's heart pounded with dread. She found Quito by the well, his expression troubled. "They are looking for you," she whispered. He nodded, his jaw tight. I think I remember something that night." Quito's memories returned in a torrent. He remembered the city, the glittering lights, the towering buildings. He remembered his name, Kwame. He remembered his wealth, his power, the life he had built. And he remembered her, his fiancée, beautiful and cunning, who had betrayed him. He saw flashes of the confrontation, the argument on the yacht, the push, the icy plunge into the storm-tossed sea. He told Naya everything, his voice shaking. "I am not the man you think I am." He said, "I am a billionaire. I had everything, money, power, respect. But I was blind. I trusted the wrong person and she tried to kill me." Nia listened in silence, her heart aching. She had always known he was different, but the gulf between their worlds now seemed insurmountable. "I have to go back." Kwame said, his eyes searching hers. "I have to face her. I have to reclaim my life." Nia nodded, swallowing her tears. "I understand," she whispered the next morning. Kwame left with the city people he promised to return. But Naya knew better than to hope. She watched him go, her heart breaking, the memory of his touch lingering like the last warmth of the setting sun. life in the village returned to its old rhythms. But for Naya, everything had changed. She moved through her days in a haze, her laughter gone, her dreams faded. The villagers whispered, some saying she had been foolish to love a stranger, others pitying her loss. Months passed. The seasons turned. Nia tried to forget, but the memory of Kwame haunted her. A ghost she could not banish then. One evening, the sky blazed with the colors of dust. A figure appeared on the horizon. He walked with purpose, his silhouette familiar, his stride confident. Naya's heart leapt in her chest, hope warring with disbelief. Kwame had returned, but he was not dressed in fine clothes, nor did he arrive with an entourage or gifts. He came alone, his eyes shining with love and determination. He found Naya by the shore where she had first found him. He knelt before her, pulling a simple ring from his pocket. "I have seen the world," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I have had riches, power, everything a man could want, but none of it matters without you. You saved me when I had nothing. When I was no one, I want to spend my life with you. If you will have me." Tears streamed down Nia's face as she nodded, her heart overflowing with joy. The villagers gathered watching as Kwame slipped the ring onto her finger, sealing a promise born of hardship, healed by love. And so in that remote village by the sea, two souls found each other, not through wealth or status, but through kindness, courage, and the simple, enduring magic of love. They built a life together, one rooted in gratitude and hope, a testament to the power of second chances and the belief that true riches are found not in what we possess, but in whom we choose to cherish. The days that followed were filled with laughter and celebration. The villagers, once wary, now embraced Kwame as one of their own. He worked alongside them, using his knowledge to improve their lives, but never flaunting his wealth. He built a school for the children, brought fresh water to the village, and helped create new opportunities for everyone. But for Kwame and Naya, the greatest gift was each other. They spent their evenings walking along the shore, their hands entwined, their hearts at peace. Kwame would tell Nia stories of the city of the world beyond the horizon, but always he returned to the present, to the simple joys of their life together. Nia, in turn, shared her dreams with him, dreams she had once kept hidden. With Kwame's encouragement, she began to paint, capturing the beauty of the sea, the village, and the people she loved. Her art became a source of pride for the community, a symbol of hope and resilience. As the years passed, their love only grew stronger. They faced challenges together, storms that threatened the village, hardships that tested their resolve, but always they emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. Kwame never forgot the lessons he had learned. He knew that true wealth was not measured in money or possessions, but in the love and respect of those around him. He dedicated his life to serving others, to lifting up those who had been overlooked and forgotten. And Nia, once a poor girl with little more than hope, became a beacon of strength and grace. She inspired others to dream, to believe that anything was possible. No matter how humble their beginnings, their story became legend, a tale passed down. Through generations, children would gather by the fire, listening wide-eyed as their elders recounted the story of the girl who saved a stranger from the sea and the man who chose love over riches. In the end, It was not the storm that defined them, nor the trials they faced, but the choices they made. The choice to trust, to forgive, to love without reservation. And so, in that remote African coastal village, where the ocean song never ceased, two hearts beat as one. A testament to the enduring power of love and the belief that even the most unlikely beginnings can lead to the happiest of endings. As the sun set each evening, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Nia and Kwame would stand together on the shore, their faces turned toward the horizon. They knew that life would bring more storms, more challenges, but they faced them together, their love a shelter against the winds of fate. For in the end, it was not riches or status that mattered, but the simple, profound joy of loving and being loved, of finding home in the heart of another. And so their story lived on a gentle reminder that sometimes the greatest treasures are found not in what we seek, but in what we are willing to give. She saved a man the sea tried to take. He gave her a future the world said she'd never have. In a place forgotten by time, they found something worth remembering forever. Not wealth, not power, but the kind of love that survives even when names are lost and memories fade. If this story touched something in you, if you too believe that true riches are found in the heart, then don't just leave quietly. Subscribe to Tales of Black, turn on the bell, because stories like this, they don't come twice. Comment below. What would you have done if you were Nia? And remember, the next tale we tell might just be your reflection in the time.